All right, I'm going to welcome everybody to the final session today. I'm going to introduce Barry Schlouch. He is the founder and president of the Schlouch Incorporated. A firm provides total site preparation services throughout eastern Pennsylvania and surrounding states. It was ranked #1 among large companies by the best places to work in Pennsylvania in 2000. And Barry is also an author of the book Excellence in Construction. So everybody welcome Barry.
Thank you.
Oh, you may have turned yours on.
I did.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, thank you very much. So let's all stand up. Everybody stand up, please. Okay, so I want to get the energy up because when the energy's up, we're better learners, listeners, and performers. So let's just do a neck roll with a deep breath. Deep breath, though. We're listening up here, getting up. Okay, let me hear that breath. Okay, now a shoulder roll. We'll go back. Deep breath, though. The deep breath is more important than the roll. And then forward roll. Okay, then we'll just cross our arms and do some hip twists. Deep breath. We're increasing our listening skills, and we're adding value to those beautiful bodies. Okay, and then we'll finish with what's called the Elvis pelvis, a hip roll. Remember Elvis? There's a movie out right now. If you don't remember what he looks like, it's a great movie. Okay, all right, sit down. Yeah. So at Schlouch, there's two things that we do every day. And we're a heavy civil contractor is what we do. We build roads, highways, and infrastructure, about 300 employees. Started out of the basement of my house with my wife in 1983 with a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. We capitalized our company with $2,000. And over the 39 years, we've done about $1.7 billion in business. We have 300 employees today. And we were ranked the best place to work in the state of PA by Governor Ridge. So that's just a little bit about why should you listen to anything I have to say, okay? Because I think that's important because we can take in good information and bad information. And I only want you to take in good information. So everything I'm about to share with you is I prove it by improving, people's lives, careers, and family. So nothing I'm going to talk to you about is out of a book or something I've read or something of theory, if that makes sense, okay? And I'm married 45 years, so first and only wife, 19 and 17, have 2 children. Daughter is next generation of our company. She's 40 years old. She's a rock star with 3 children. So what a woman can do in construction. And I have 3 grandchildren. So, a lot going on in life, okay? So, I'm sure some of you have family, marriages, careers, so I'm dealing with all that as we speak. So what I want to share with you today is when you leave here at 4 o'clock, I want you to leave with a little bit better life and a little bit better career. I mean, it's about making a great life and a great career. And that's what we do with the people at our company and our circle every single day. We want to inch up improving life, inch up improving family, inch up improving career, and inch it up improving our community, okay? So that's what I've been cascading out for the last 39 years in business. To jump into it, and I go through this with every single person that comes into my life that's on our team. I talk about this thing called capitalism. And I'm going to have to move quick because it usually is an hour till I go through capitalism and our business model. But I'm going to go through it because if I don't, you won't get what I'm trying to convey. So most people don't understand capitalism. I'm trying to get schools to educate children because capitalism is like Monopoly. If you ever played Monopoly, unless you know the game board, you can't develop a strategy to win. Capitalism is the same way. You must get to know the game board so you can develop your personal career strategy to win. So I teach people first, what is capitalism? And I've never had a Democrat, Republican, or Independent ever argue this with me. They look at it and they say, wow, okay? So capitalism, I created this formula, S1 plus S2 plus V equals GP. And normally I have a little fun, go through what's the S and so on, because they're actually 3 words. So it's like a combination lock. The lock will never open without going through the first number to the second number, the third number. So the first number is, the S is skills, okay? Capitalism is a skills-based model. No skills, horrible place to live in capitalism. Because no skills means government has to take care of you, family has to take care of you, or somebody has to take care of you. So we need people to understand if they want to improve their life in America, they've got to start learning skills, okay? I mean, we couldn't even crawl when we were born. We learned how to crawl. We learned how to walk. We learned how to run. We take it for granted now, but that was all a learned skill because we all start entry in everything, okay? So as we progress these skills, okay, we get to the second number in capitalism, which is service, okay? Skills create the service. So if you want your service to go up, I always ask our employees, look at yourself as a consultant. You're rendering a service, okay? The greater that service, the greater the value. So as skills go up, service goes up. Skills go up, service goes up. Skills go up, service goes up. Doesn't matter if it's a doctor, lawyer, construction worker, or anything, okay? So we have a skill builder model in our company. It's a lifetime skill builder, okay? The last number in capitalism, V, is value, okay? Skills go up, service goes up, value goes up. Skills go up, service goes up, value goes up. The worst question people can ask me, and they do it all the time, is how much you paying? The best question is what skills do you value? Okay, because I want to acquire them and become that. They don't understand, they get it backwards, what are you paying? And because they've never been taught this. Okay, so we want to focus on skills, service, and value. Now, if we had the time, I would ask you all to come up with a skill that would help you become a little bit better tomorrow. And then I'd ask you to acquire that skill. Once when you get that one, go to the next one, and the next one, and that's what I do, okay? And that's what our company does. And that's how we became the best place to work, because he or she who employs the people with the greatest skills has the greatest value. And profit is nothing more than value creation. So don't ever think profit is bad. It's value creation is what profit is. So profit is a very good thing in capitalism. Now, I'm going to move on from this to the next part. How do we bake this in that our team, our employees get it? So it's very important to take every job role, doesn't matter, doctor, lawyer, construction worker, or teacher, break it into three. Every role has 3 levels: entry, intermediate, advanced. Entry is basic, intermediate has more, advanced is you're very proficient. If we don't break these skills down, people get stuck in the learning model. You can't create a learning plan. So everybody in our company has a learning plan, okay? It's like you don't start with math 3 until you get math 1 and 2. You'll never get to math 3 because you don't have the fundamentals. So everybody can be stuck every day without a program like this. Wages go like this. We have a public wage scale. Like an entry-level operator, a company is like $22 an hour, and it goes to like 40 plus. So that's roughly 40 to 80,000. My goal is always to get everybody at 80,000 as soon as possible, because that means they've got the skills. Skills drive the passion, passion drives the learning, okay? So without this, it doesn't give them a clear pathway. With this, they know, this is next. And if I do that, money goes up. So you got to bake them into capitalism because they're so used to not doing it. They're so used to getting stuck, and they're so used to living the way they're living. Okay, and that's where the 10,000 hours comes in. It takes me about 5 years to get somebody baked into this process because I got to unbake them from where they come from. Okay, from their home or from the school or from their previous career. So it's about a 5-year transformation in my mind this is called onboarding. Now, I have this guy, Phil. He's our largest job in the history of our company is like $50 million. It's in Hazleton, of all places. And it's 5 million square foot industrial park. Hired Phil out of high school. He was Lehigh Technology Institute. It's a CTC, a career technology school. Phil, at 22 years old, is running $1 million piece of equipment. Phil is just skyrocketing. So it doesn't take forever to do this. He's 22 years old. Once when you have that learning plan, they need 3 things. One, Phil needed a mentor to show the way every day. And everybody needs a mentor to show the way every day. I'm talking experienced mentor. Somebody who's going to take the time to help you get better. Okay? Second is they need to be surrounded by great people. If you've ever been on a sports team, if you're on a sports team with great people, they lift you. If you're on a sports team with crappy people, they pull you down. So they need great people around them. And the third thing they need is they need a robust training program. Because some of this stuff you just can't get while you're on the job in the field. Like math and things like that, you got to take time, blueprint reading and things in construction. So mentor, surrounded by great people, and a robust training program. And this is what, the title of this is Sustainable Workforce Development, okay? And we're proving this out. This is not like something that, hey, you should try it. I've been doing it 39 years. Now, not to this level, but we've developed it. And I seen Steve Wozniak at an event where he spoke, Steve Jobs, the founder was Steve Jobs. And we got a nice photo together, and I looked at him and said, Steve, I said, I have my Wozniak, who is with me 39 years, first employee. Wozniak only stayed with Jobs 10 years. So I have my first employee 39 years to prove this out, okay? We have 300 people. I have 55 that are with me over 20 years of the 300. All right, we want to get to culture, okay, because this is important. It takes a culture to support this systematic progressive advancement and capitalism. Now, the thing in capitalism, you can be a good company or a bad company, okay, and be in business. I mean, the bad companies, till they get caught cheating, lying, or stealing, or abusing, they're there. So they don't sustain, but they're there. So I named this as heart-led capitalism. I call it with our culture. Heart-led capitalism. This is about leading from the heart. Not everybody does it. And you can't fake it till you make it. Okay? It just doesn't work that way. So in our culture, it's a 3-tiered system. First, the C is it's CTH. First is care. The first thing that's most important, when I met you just a moment ago and you met me, does he really care about what he's talking about? Does he even care about me? Does he care about the topic? You're assessing me right now, okay? Has anybody ever met somebody that doesn't care? Yeah, what does that do? What? Throws you off. Throws you off. Yeah. Yeah. You want to get away from them. Okay, it's hard to build a team with somebody who doesn't care. So what we're doing at our company is it's a genuine care to help the person succeed, their family succeed, and the company succeed. It's a win-win-win, okay? So we're inching up intentionally care every day. Care either goes up or down, it never stays the same, okay? Once we get through the care, we get to the T, which is trust. Second part. I would make a case you cannot get to trust until you get through care with a person or a team. People want to know that you got their back, okay? If they make a mistake, they don't want to be blamed for it, okay? So we do a lot of course correction at our company. So if somebody makes a mistake, we're like, hey, let me show you this. That wasn't safe. Here's how you do it safe, and we move on, okay? So we correct it, and we move on as a team. We don't spend time, whose fault was it, who screwed up, all that kind of stuff that a lot of places do. We don't have time for it. It's simply correct and move forward, correct and move forward, correct and move forward, correct and move forward. And if you can imagine 300 people doing that every day, the improvement is phenomenal. I mean, you get this big momentum going. It's incredible. And then the pinnacle of our culture is the H, and that stands for help. Now, help sounds pretty simple, and it is pretty simple. But we should start and finish our day by genuinely helping each other become a better person, a better team, and a better company. And the only way we can do it is helping each other, okay? So this is, again, about 5 years to bake this in, because who comes from this to this? It takes time to, can I really trust that he cares about me? I had a new employee. I was out with a birthday cake. Somebody was with me 25 years, went out, sang, gave Bob the cake last week as a D8 operator. And the guy comes up to me and he says, I never expected you to see you in the field after orientation. He said, you shocked me, okay? Now, I told that guy the same stuff that I'm telling you 3 weeks earlier, but he didn't believe it, okay, until I came out with the cake. You see the 10,000 hour, it's 5 years. Okay, now I built care with him and trust with him. He sees himself getting a cake 25 years. He's seen it that day. But I had to show it to him. So that's why I'm talking about the time frame. So that's our culture, and that leads into heart-led capitalism. So with that, you're sitting with somebody, most of you are, maybe you can turn around. What did you just take away from the last 15 minutes? Share with your partner if you would. Go ahead. Take a little time. What did you just take away? All right. With the limited time we have, how about a few takeaways that you could share? Now, share with me a takeaway that your partner gave to you, not what you gave to them. So who could share one of your partner's takeaways? How about here? What was your partner's takeaways? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I like to say that we earn it every day. We earn care, we earn trust, and we earn the ability to help each other every day. And you can lose it in one day. I mean, you can screw this whole thing up in one day. Okay? Like, how could I screw up in one day? Well, maybe I have too many drinks tonight, and I go home, and I hit somebody, I kill somebody, and a DUI. I just threw my whole life away. The whole thing I threw away in one day. I'm not going to do that, but I'm saying people can throw this all away after 39 years. Or I'm 64 now, but I've seen people throw the whole thing away. But great point. You earn it every day. Yeah, you earn trust every day. You earn great, doing great work every day. I mean, you can do crappy work tomorrow after 39 years of doing great work. How about over here? Did any of you guys have a takeaway? Your partners. What'd your partner give you? The importance of caring. Yeah, good. How about here? How about your partner?
We talked about how we actually both mutually agree that having a mentor is something that we haven't really thought about very much, but how
The importance of a mentor. Yeah, yeah. It's that mentor, great people, robust training program. Those three things can propel this. If you're missing the training program, the mentor, or surrounded by great people, what I told you does not work. Okay? It doesn't work. Great. Now, the reason I ask you what your partner said, and I do this all the time, I don't know the last time you were in a program where it said, what did your partner tell you, not you? We're practicing listening skills. Okay, so I just helped you improve your listening skill just a little bit. And when you actually articulate what your partner said, you all built trust in your group. So we built trust right here amongst us. So these are the kind of things that we do all day long, but I wanted to give you a taste of it. Now let's go back into the groups and come up with a question and we'll wrap up. Go ahead. Come up with a great question for the group. All right, who's got a question? Hopefully every small group has one. So who wants to start with the question? Pardon?
is a question you heard.
No, any question that you want to talk about. Okay. That's great.
So the question is, how does your firm address the tactic of hiring and making that transition from school training, formal and informal training into the workforce?
So the question is how to make the transition from wherever they come from into the workforce. Is that? Yeah, yeah. So with us, we're different because we can take anybody that is willing to show up, apply the best of themselves, and it may be very little to start, okay, and get a little better that day, okay, and then show up the next day. That's the skill we need, work ethic. You show up, okay, you give the best that you have, whatever that is, okay, which means you have to be present, okay, and you have to pay attention, you have to be aware, okay, so we can build you during the day and you get a little better tomorrow, okay, so that's what we need. We completely own training, so we'll take we're going to take what you give us, okay, but we're not going to complain about what you give us, we're going to build from there, okay. I could sit here and complain about schools or whatever, but what's that going to do? It doesn't build a workforce. Okay, what I can do is connect with schools and build from there, and also give feedback to schools. So I'm on the board of trustees at Alvernia. I'm a past advisory board member for 6 years at Penn State. So I'm very engaged with higher education. Great question. What did you have in the back here? Your questions. Did you have a question? Yeah.
Just curious, first illustration, I think it might have been service skills, value equals GP. Now, what was more? GP.
Skills plus service plus value equals GP. So it's 2 words. What do you think the GP is? Yeah. No. Everybody gets that. So it's greater potential. Yeah. It could. Yeah. But the beautiful thing about capitalism, there's no ceiling. So that's why we've become the greatest country on earth, because we haven't killed the innovation. Now, we have to be careful we don't kill the innovation. So I believe in what Lincoln said, you can't strengthen the weak by weakening the strong. And some people have that idea, and no, we need to build the weak, not pull down the strong. Great question. Greater potential. And we all should be, I think we have one shot at it. I'm hoping there's another life, but as far as I know, I'm going to live this one to the best, okay? And, I'll finish with live your best day. So today I'm living my best day, and tomorrow I'm going to go at it tomorrow. So what's the best day look like? I'd ask you to think about this. Let me put this up here, and we'll wrap up. There's 4 buckets that we focus on. So there's 4 buckets, and we actually do this as groups at the company. So there's 4 buckets. The first one I ask people to focus on, the H is health. That should be first on your goal list, because I have found it hard to wake up and not feel well and have your best day. So we want to wake up and arrive fit. So, I take the first hour of my day for me, which means like this morning I was up at 4 o'clock and did my workout because I had an early start today. First hour is for me. The other 23, okay. Now about 8 of them is for me because I get rest. I like 8 hours. So really I should say 9 of the 24 are for me, because rest in that first hour is going to give you that ticket to your best day. So second is family. I have found, and I'm a child of parents that suffer from substance abuse. People have asked me, where'd you get this care, trust, and help? Well, I got it from them because there was none. So as a child with substance abuse, it's pretty rough. And I lived a life, not my whole life, but a portion of my life of no care, no trust, and no help. So that's where I got this inspiration from. And my parents, thank God, both went through treatment. But I was in my 30s when they finally got to treatment and started learning about this. So if family is well, all is well. Family's not well, all is not well. So it should be right next to what are you going to do to improve your family. Career is third, community is fourth. Most people start here and go backwards, and family and health suffer. I make a case at our employees that this should always come first, health and family, okay, and career is third. Okay, community, I make a case I know you want to do a lot for the community, but until you get yourself together and your family together, relax in the community. It's hard to do a lot for the community when you're broke and your family's in bad shape. So get your house in order with health and family, and then give back to the community. I do have this D over here in the far end that's called distractions. You constantly got to watch the distractions that come into your life, whatever they are, that kick you off purpose. Because there's so many distractions that can throw you off. One more question, and then we'll call it a day. Who did we not get for questions? Did we get you guys over here? Did you have a question?
Oh, I guess, well, first, if it could be a split-part question.
To use the mic, so I'm going to give you the mic.
Of course. So I guess first part of the question, so I find the presentation very insightful, so thank you for being here. So first part of the question, did you invent or formulate all these processes, or like these are created as part of this organization or as part of your organization?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Cool. And then I suppose second part is, do you feel, and I suppose your answer would be yes, since this is a sort of abstract hierarchy. We deal with, Michael and I deal with contractors every day, but primarily in the residential and build-out type environment. Retention has perpetually been a problem, like all these things have always been a problem. Do you feel that these principles would be equally applicable to that, and do you think there's anything unique that you would suggest relevant specifically to the residential and commercial construction type aspects that might be different from what you would be using it for on more governmental road projects, things like that, infrastructure projects?
So is what I'm doing applicable to others? Yeah. So this is universal. This applies, find a businesses doesn't apply to. Okay? It applies to everybody. Okay? Find a business that doesn't have a job role where you can advance your skills. It's applicable to all. Find this culture. Care, trust, help. Find a business, okay? It can be applied to any business, okay? So these, okay? We all have health, we all have family, we all have careers, we all have communities, and we all have distractions. So there's your answer. This takes an extraordinary amount of commitment. That's what's lacking, the commitment. And that's where people fall short. I mean, I wake up in the morning for my best day, and it's always my best day when I wake up next to my wife. So that's how I start. I call it you start strong. I wake up next to her. Then, from that point on, I give the best of myself to everything I do all day long, okay? So that's the middle of it. It's kind of like a start and finish line on a race. The start line is waking up. The finish line is putting my head on the pillow, knowing that I gave the best of myself that day. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Barry.
I think we're right on time.
We are good. Thank you.